Pierre, thanks for joining me today.
It's a pleasure.
Pierre, Deep South is active in copper mine development. Tell me about the projects and where you're at right now.
The name of the project is Hyde Copper. It's situated in Namibia. It's a large porphyry, large tonnage, low grade. We just recently issued a resource estimation where we have about 5 billion pounds of copper in the ground.
5 billion?
Yes, but that's expandable also.
Okay, is that 43-101?
Yes.
Resource, reserve, inferred?
Indicated resource for 2/3 of it.
Indicated resource for 2/3 of it?
Yes.
3 billion pounds of copper, what's the average grade?
0.31%. As I said, it's low grade, but we just recently issued also a PEA where we show that we can give a quite decent return with that low grade level with a cutoff grade at 0.25%.
So you're going to build this mine yourself? Do you have any partners?
Probably not. Our largest shareholder is Tech Resources. They own 35% of the company, and 25% is owned by the management.
Okay.
But we're a pure exploration company, so we don't see ourselves necessarily as a mine builder. So at some point, our job at the moment is to render that project and the attractive for a new company to come in and take it to mine construction.
So
could be Hyde, could be a Tech or anybody else.
Okay, so how many holes have been drilled to date?
196 holes for a total of 66,000 meters.
Okay.
45,000 of that were drilled by Rio Tinto in the 1970s. And 15,000 meters were drilled recently by Tech.
Now, the grade 0.31, is that sufficient to put a mine into production?
Not in all the cases, but in this case, yes, because it's a pure sulfide project. There's literally no oxide. But this sulfide is reacting very well with e-leaching. So the only problem was the time of reaction, but using bioreactors, we can enhance that time of reaction substantially, and it's now about 4 months. And within 4 months, then we can give a return of the IRR on our project recently, on the PEA recently issued, is 30% pre-tax. Okay, so it's,
so then what would be the CapEx required to construct the mine?
250 million Canadian.
Oh, that's not so bad. Yeah. In the grand scheme of copper mines.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So what are your next steps?
We will start a PFS as soon as we have enough funding.
Okay.
The main part of it will be drilling in the main body to increase the resource level to measured and probably to probable reserve. Also, we can expand the resource, so we will drill to see where we can expand the resource. And there's some higher grade zone, average of 0.50% that has to be drilled to be better defined. So most of it will be drilling. A part of it will be a metallurgical test for the e-leaching, the bioreactors, and also for sorting procedures that we would like to test on it.
Sure. So, what's the geological setting?
It's mainly, it's a porphyry. It's mainly feldspar, quartz feldspar, and it's the main copper is chalcopyrite.
Okay, great. So then what is the copper price that you would like to see before a decision to put the mine into construction mode?
The PEA shows that at $3 per pound of copper, we have that rate of return 30% pre-tax.
At $3 a pound, okay.
I would say that with a 325 constant for several months, that would be a base to decide the mine construction.
Sure. And in Namibia, is there sufficient infrastructure for you to efficiently transport it and export it?
In our case, yes, in the sense that first we're just beside the Orange River, so we have water just at, neighboring us.
Okay.
The main road is crossing our concession. Power lines are just nearby. If we want to export, we will have to produce our own copper cathodes. If we go with, because the port is pretty far, 350 kilometers. So if we want to do concentrate, the transportation cost will just eat a large part of the profits. So we will have to go to copper cathodes.
Okay, and is that reflected in the PEA?
Yes.
Okay, great. So then how soon do you think until you start to look at a production decision?
That could take, first we have to go to complete the PFS, so
right.
it's going to take about a year.
Okay.
Then the decision at that point will be, do we go for it? If it's the case, then we go to feasibility study and environmental impact study. It should take another year to 18 months to get the mining lease in place.
Okay, and in terms of the size of the deposit, how does it rank compared to other undeveloped deposits of copper that are at the PEA stage?
I would say it's about similar. I just referred to some that I know in Chile and Peru at the moment that are at PEA stage where they have indicated resources. They will rank between 3 billion pounds to 10 billion pounds of copper in the ground. So we have 5 billion and we know we can expand that quite a lot. So at the moment we are in the middle of the bunch, let's say.
Right.
But our grade is a bit higher than them. So, and the return we give is a little bit higher also.
Okay, well that's a great introduction.
Thanks.
I'd like to thank you for your time today.
Thank you.